my channel, Woman with Style. My name is Mallory, and today I'm going to share with you guys my fitness journey, where I've been, where I'm going, where I'm currently at as far as my journey, as far as working out, eating, and all those other good things in between. And I will even touch on my thyroid condition as well. So if you guys are interested in this video, make sure you stay tuned and let's get to it. Okay, so I just want to do a quick interruption before we get into the video. I want to say hi to all my new subscribers. Oh my gosh, guys. So I haven't recorded in like 2 weeks. I've been working on an Instagram page, and that is Women with Style. I will link it here for you guys so you're able to tune in. Make sure you follow, make sure you share if you care. My goal is to hit 100 subscribers. That's about 21 more in the next like 2 weeks. So you guys, please support. I'll keep pushing out some videos for you guys. I was doing once a week. I think I just got off this 1 week. So please stay tuned. If you like, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So I have not always been the most in shape person ever. I was actually very slender growing up, very skinny girl growing up, and through high school, probably like freshman year of high school, sophomore year, still very skinny, but then just out of nowhere, I started just gaining weight. I was never really active at all, did like dance here and there, things like that, but never really the most active person by a mile. And I started gaining weight just out of nowhere, and my mom was trying to figure out what was going on. She had hyperactive thyroids, and I think that was the first thing that clued her in that there's something going on with me as well. So we went to see an endocrinologist, which is ear, nose, and throat doctor, and I was then diagnosed with hypoactive thyroidism. So that is where your thyroid gland, which is located here in your throat area, does not produce enough of a certain hormone, and it may slow down your functions a little bit. So for me, it was weight gain. My metabolism was very slow, and I was also like, my ankles would get really swollen, very fatigued, memory loss, and the list goes on of different symptoms of the thyroid disease. So in 2002, I got diagnosed, and throughout that year, I would say, we worked on it on trying to figure out like the medication wasn't quite working, and then there was other treatments as well, one of them being surgery. So I ended up getting a partial thyroidectomy. Okay, so like I said, with the partial thyroidectomy, it's just how it says, I got part of my thyroid removed. So since then, I haven't had any major issues or anything with my thyroids, but I definitely still get my TSH levels checked, and that's my thyroid stimulating hormones test done probably every 6 months or so, or I would say once a year when you go get pap smears, things like that. I make sure they test that for me as well, just to make sure everything's still functioning okay. I do strongly encourage women to get that checked, get your thyroids checked. I think I run into a lot of women who may have a clue that they may have something, or just learning about it, not quite sure what it is. And I always tell women, like, sometimes even in myself, when I first got diagnosed, like, I could literally see like the bulge in my throat area from the thyroid. Things from like bulging eyes, things like that. If you can't put on weight, you might have hyperactive thyroid. So it's definitely something worth getting tested, worth checking out if you feel like some of these symptoms, or some of those symptoms, if you read up on it, may be something that you're feeling. You know, that can also play a part in your fitness journey and how active you become as well. So after the thyroid surgery, we're just going to fast forward a little bit, kind of went into my 20s. I got that done. Gosh, I was probably in the 11th grade when I got that done, telling my age probably. But through my 20s, I still carried on the weight. I was probably pushing about 185 pounds. And I would say in size range, probably like a size 13, which is crazy to me that that's a plus size like category. It's crazy. But it was pretty much to give you some like ideas. I was probably 185, size 13. And I did not drop the weight like right after that. I went into my 20s, and I feel like everybody in their 20s in college, you're drinking, you're eating, you're sleeping late. You know, I worked from food and bev, so that wasn't a help at all. And I just carried on that weight for quite some time. I dropped my pen. I have notes here, by the way. And I just like didn't drop that weight at all. And I started experimenting here and there with weight loss and trying to eat right and journaling my food, but nothing quite like hit me to like be consistent. So when I got into my mid-20s, probably like 25, I just started running. I did the bridge run, which is a big run, that's Cooper River Bridge Run. It's a big run in our my town that I'm from in South Carolina. And I did the first one, I walked the whole one. I think I ran like a little bit. And when I mean a little bit, I probably ran all of 10 minutes and then I walked the rest. So when we did this second one, my best friend, she encouraged me. She's like, I'm going to run it. My husband's going to run it. You should run it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. So that's where I think it just kind of all started there, is when I started running. And so I downloaded the Couch to 10K app, and like, I would say that was a very, very, very good app. It starts you off with the walk and then the run, and then you kind of alternate the two, and then it'll get you to where you're running consistently those whole 10 miles. So for me, I was already running for quite a bit before I had started in on the app. So it goes by weeks, I believe. I haven't downloaded this app in a while, so forgive me, but I will link it down in the description box for you guys. So I started this app, I think I was already running at least 2 to 3 miles on my own consistently. So I kind of like worked, like kind of went to the week that I thought I kind of fit into. And from there, I carried it all the way until the run. And I finished the run in about an hour and 5 minutes. I think it was a 13K. I can't remember. So it was a 10K, guys. I'm sorry. It was a 10K. And so that's about 6 miles or so, a little over 6 miles. And I was so excited that I had finished that run. Like, I'd worked so hard for that. So after that, I just kept running and kept running and kept running. And I've got like pretty good legs. Like my legs are pretty thick, and my bottom half is pretty thick in general. But like, I just was lean, and I ran into a friend of mine who was a trainer, and he hadn't seen me in a while, and he was just like, where are you? He's like, you look good, but you have like I had no definition. So I looked really lean, but I didn't have any muscle definition. But I never really thought, other than outside of cycling and doing like aerobics class here and there, I never really thought about like lifting weights. I've never been like a cutesy girl where I'm like scared to lift weights, but I just never thought about it. So I got into like just a small like workout routine where I was doing like your traditional like just barbell work, getting some cardio done, a little bit less than what I was doing before, but just working on lifting and like getting myself strong enough to like continue increase my weights. And after training with my friend, I then decided to join a gym then. And I got a little nervous. And for you guys who are maybe just a little nervous to get into the gym because you're like, looking at people and people are looking at you. Do you know what you're doing? You don't know what you're doing. Just, I would say, take a tour of the gym and see if they have like, in this particular gym I went to, it had a small area for ladies. So that was like my area I went to work on like what I wanted to work on. So to get workouts at first, when I was just kind of starting out, I used to go on Pinterest and I would write out like workouts for myself. I just work out different things. I go on YouTube and I would just look at different workouts. Instagram was like a really good thing for me as well. And I'm just like writing down workouts and creating a workout for myself. And these are things that you can do at home too, y'all. Like create workouts. Like I would write down, for this week, I'm going to do, 20 lunges, 15 air squats. I'm going to run, like 200 meters and back, and just kind of create a style of workout for just that week. And if you're in the gym, you can also like find cool things to do inside the gym from looking on Pinterest and Instagram, YouTube as well, and just carry those workouts that you might be just doing in your living room at the gym. Now, I also, on top of that, started doing DVDs as well. I would get the Jillian Michaels DVDs, and I think I probably had a lot of DVDs from her collection. She was really, really good, as well as helping me get into my fitness and just kind of building my endurance. And I would say the 30-Day Shred was one of my favorites. And also, she had one called, it was like her butt and thighs DVD. I like that one a lot. And then I also had one from another lady, but she was, I cannot remember where she was from, but it's called The Butt Bible. So I remember those like 3 main DVDs were like my go-tos for like when I'm at home. I like set the alarm to get up, go to my living room and do my workout. It's that simple. So if you're like, I don't know where to start, I don't have the money for a gym, my apartment gym may be closed right now. You got a computer, get on it. You got a phone, get on it. If you're watching me, you have a phone, get on it and start like Googling some of these things and see if they have them recorded on YouTube or social media somewhere. It's probably everywhere now. That was a while ago. So those things all help me build up my endurance. So after that, I moved and I got introduced to a new friend, and she did CrossFit. And she was like, you should come into my class and come hang out with me. And shout out to that friend as well. I hope you're watching. And I was like, I don't know about this. I actually did not know exactly what that was at the time. And at the time, I was still kind of working out in my gym that my apartment complex had. So I would still write out my workouts. They had plenty of weights. I was challenging myself to keep increasing my weights. I also brought weights for home as well. And I just continued to try to increase and get stronger. So I went to my first CrossFit class with her and was absolutely just not into it at all. So I told her, I was like, never coming back. It was like all these weird moves. I'm like, I promise you guys I can dance. I've got rhythm, but I have no rhythm in the gym. Like 0 rhythm. They tell me to like lunge with the left leg and like put your right arm up. I'm like all over the place trying to create new yoga moves. I am just horrible when it comes to coordination in the gym. So I was just like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. So I ended up still going back for the rest of like the week, and then I ended up really liking it. Once I got the moves down pat, or once I understood like the terminology and what I'm working, and I just felt like I was getting an overall full body workout. And right now, that is something I've been doing for the last like 5 years. I absolutely love it. And right now I'm currently, I would say like 155, 160. I kind of float that. By the way, I'm 5'7". I feel like some people would probably argue with you and say I'm not, but I'm 5'7", and I'm about 560. I'm 5'7", and I'm probably about 155, 160. I even pushed that 165 on like just some months, but I would say 155 to 160. And I don't like to say pant sizes because I feel like that just is irrelevant, but I would say I'm like a size 6. I'm a medium. I think my whole body is just a medium. So I have been doing CrossFit for a while. I love the challenge. I love challenging myself. And I think right now I'm at a really good place. I'm not looking to like be the strongest person in the world, but I don't want to be the weakest either. But I am enjoying just getting out there and getting in the gym again, to be honest, because we all are just trying to come back from being quarantined, some of us. And I hope this video encourages some that aren't able to get out into the gym to just go out and grab your phone, computer again, go out and run around, get some fresh air, and just be active. But I definitely think that CrossFit has helped me mentally just challenge myself a little bit more, and it still does every day. There's some days like I think I'm sandbagging, and I'm just like, no, you can do the higher weight. Don't cheat yourself. So current goals right now, I'm just trying to get back into the gym, just get moving again. I've been doing workouts during our quarantine. I've also still been working in general, which requires a lot of walking and labor and things like that. So I've always still been very active, but not on the intensity of what I'm doing now. So just getting back into the groove of things and making new PRs, which is always exciting. And for my future right now, as far as fitness, I don't know where I'm going to go. I still, right now one of my goals is to get a muscle up and a pull up. I could do pull up with the band, which is like hooking the band around the bar and like assisting myself up. Upper body for me has always been a struggle. Lower body has always been easier for me. But putting my foot in the band and pulling myself up, I feel accomplished. But now I want to make sure in the next couple months or so, I'm working on getting myself gradually up there without assistance. So that is my current fitness goal, my future fitness goals. As far as eating and dieting, that's a whole nother story right now. I'm a foodie. I'm a wine connoisseur. And I love sweets. I love cheesecake, brownies, cookies, M&Ms. Oh, the list goes on. I'm telling you guys, me and food have an interesting relationship, but in particular, I like where most people are like, I want to give up fried foods. That's not my issue. I need to give up candy half the time. And, I've just learned that you just got to portion, guys. Portion, be smart about it. Sometimes I think because of like the workouts I do, how intense they are, I'm like, I can eat everything. And then I'm like, you know what, go sit down somewhere, because you can't. So I do believe though, like I can feel a difference in my body from my 20s to my 30s. Like I said, I started working out about 25. I'm 34 now, and I just feel like it's harder to keep it off now. And so that's why I always just right now, my goal is just let me be in the best shape that I can be. Let me be as fit as I can be and what my body allows, and just listen to my body. So with food, like I said, I worked in food and bev for some time. So I think that was like one reason why it was so hard for me to like focus on working out, and also why I never really paid attention to a diet. I would eat late night. I would eat crap for breakfast. Like it was just horrible. So then I started journaling my food. I would write down everything I ate. I would search the calorie intake at the time. It was just really calories I was focused on. And I would research the calories. This is before my Fitness Pal, I think. And I would just write down what I ate and hold myself accountable for what I was eating. Now, we've gotten my Fitness Pal, and I love that app, and I'm able to record what I eat. And it just, I think for trying to get started with weight loss or trying to get started on a healthier journey, it doesn't necessarily have to be weight loss. I think it's a great idea, because if I'm about to pick up these M&Ms, oh, I don't want to log this. Oh, I don't want to see these numbers go down. And that's like just a waste of sugar, carbs, and things for me. So journaling has been really great. I don't do my Fitness Pal as much as I used to. But fad diets, guys, say no. I've done so many random 3 to 4 day diets to like binge off some water weight and things like that. And it's just, no, like just focus on, I would say first portion control, then focus on trying to get a little bit healthier. I am not a dietitian. I am not a trainer. I didn't claim to be in this video. I'm just giving you some ideas and some tips and tricks that would help for me. Just a quick story time of what happened and what helped for me. So really like portioning, like even when I worked in food and bev and I started like trying to get back, like trying to get on a healthier track, I portioned. Like if I was going to eat there that night, like, all right, let me get the grilled chicken, let me get some rice, let me portion, let me make sure I'm eating healthier things, let me bring my lunch to work, bring my breakfast to work, things like that, eat breakfast before I go to work. And those things were very helpful. Now, when I got into CrossFit, I started doing macros, and macros was amazing for me. It worked really well for me. And I followed a girl, her name is Simply Mander, and I'm going to either link tag her name up here, or I'll put it in the description box for you guys. But she was really awesome at like making macros simple for me. And macros is where you calculate your carb, your fat, and your protein intake, and you have like a goal of just those 3 things that you're going to hit that particular day. And I saw a great difference in that. I felt like I was eating well. I felt like I was full. I felt like I didn't really need much. But I have to eat consistently during the day. So don't starve yourself, guys. Make sure you're making smart decisions. Make sure you're eating smaller portions. Try to stay away from the fad diets. And I think only one diet that I did, or one like fitness diet that I did, oh my gosh, I will link his name. He was on a celebrity fitness show that was like on VH1 some time ago, but his was actually really good. And I'm gonna put the title up here. I can't think of it right now, but I actually really liked that one. He had 2 books, but the first one was one of my favorites, and I actually really liked that one. It was very simple, because I don't like things like that where I have to read it and then I'm like, I don't know how to cook this stuff, this is nasty. Like, it was a good list of snacks to eat, a good easy like recipe book in the back, and it was just very easy week by week like food diet situation thing for just trying to get on track with something. But I will say, stay away from fad diets. They are temporary. But other than that, like right now, my current food journey is really honestly like portion control, making sure I don't take things away from me that I love. I know I love candy. I know I love gummy bears are my favorite. So I just make sure I'm eating them in a decent portion size, and I just kind of watch my sugar intake. If I'm going to eat gummy bears, if I'm going to eat 20 gummy bears today, all right, I cannot go in here and like tear up this Snickers bar like 2-3 hours later. That used to be my life. So I just try to portion control and make sure like tomorrow's a new day. You can have those things the next day. Just make sure eating sensibly. Is that a word? So it's just very important to try to eat sensibly. If this is the goal you're trying to hit, is like eating better or getting out into the gym, just make sure you hold yourself accountable. Make sure you are like ready to go each morning. You set an alarm, you have your food ready for work, you know, things like that are very good ways to just start great habits. So I hope this little chit chat, kind of like, you know, fitness journey chit chat story time, was very helpful for you guys. If you have any questions about thyroids, and if you have thyroids and you want to share your story down below in the comments, like I'm here for the conversation. I haven't recorded in like 2 weeks, y'all. Like, again, I've been working on my Instagram page and trying to get some content for that. So, you know, please come on over and follow me on that page as well, Women with Style. That's 2 E's at the end, and I think it has an underscore at the bottom. It's still really new, so we'll check, and I'll link it here at the bottom here for you guys. And I'm super excited. Again, we're at 80 subscribers, and I am trying to hit 100. That was my goal for June, but we're going to get into it and see if we can hit it before the end of July. So stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.